What you saw from your team tonight?
The team play. I like the fact that we shared the ball a lot better than maybe we've shared it in some of our games. We didn't rely on individual as much as we relied on our teammates. I thought the ball moved a lot more freely, not necessarily just because it was Morgan State and not Oregon State. I think it was just because we were looking for our teammates and moving the ball and that's something we've been working on. And a lot of those kids, they've been in positions where they've been the end of the play. And now we're trying to teach them how to be part of the play and make sure we get the best shot for the team. So I really like how we shared the ball. The other part was that the focus all night was to make sure we do a better job on our defensive boards. That's been an area of weakness for us. Tonight they got 13 offensive rebounds on 43 misses. So somebody do the math for me on that. I don't know what the percentage is, but that may be the best we've done this year on our offensive rebounding percentage allowed. And so that's, you can't rebound, you can't run if you don't rebound. And you can't press if you don't score. And so those are the two things that we got to do. And at one point in the second half, I would have subbed all 5 of them, but I only had 4 players to sub, so I had to leave somebody out there. But there was a possession where not one white jersey boxed anybody out. And so that's something that we're really trying to do a better job on, and we'll need that Saturday against Little Rock because those rebounds will be critical.
How much did you need a night like this where you had the successes of the entire team play?
I think that it helps their confidence when they see the ball go in, when they have success with the team play and moving the ball and everything doesn't get disrupted. I think they have some success rebounding the ball. Obviously, it's more difficult when you're playing, a Gonzaga or an Oregon State, a team that's really strong, or Louisville or an Iowa that's really strong on the boards and bigger than you are. You've got to be even more fundamental in what you're doing. And so that's an area that we're learning to get better. And so we're not as fundamental as we need to be able to beat an Iowa or a Louisville or a Gonzaga type team. So we're getting better. There were signs tonight, regardless of the opponent. We're looking for improvement every game, and there are little things that we did tonight that we'll be able to carry and build on for Saturday.
Why didn't Alexis play?
She's banged up right now. She's sore, she's aching, and we need her for the whole season. And I felt like tonight was an opportunity to put Whit Creech has really practiced hard. She's been playing really hard, and so I felt like this is an opportunity that we could. She dressed. She would have played if we needed her, but I was hopeful that we could count on some other players, and fortunately it worked out that way. So she's sick. She's sick. She's got some stomach. We've got something. Muriel is also sick. She played a little bit, so we've got something's flying around Bowling Green, and it's kind of going through our team a little bit. So we're trying to manage some of that. I was really proud of Raneem tonight. Raneem took an elbow on a rebound yesterday towards the end of practice. I wasn't here. I'd actually left towards the end of practice, and then I got a picture on my phone where she had 3 stitches and looked like she'd been in a UFC caged match or something, and so tonight it was swollen even more than it was yesterday, but I was proud of her. She came out and played hard. She really wanted to get back in and get a double-double, but I told her since she had all the opportunities she was going to get for tonight, we would make sure she played on Saturday. I didn't want to get in there and get another hit, just a freak thing happen. So she did fine. I was really proud of how she played given what she was playing through.
Greg, do you see Sherry making progress?
Every game, every day in practice, actually, and there's some days where things haven't gone as well as she would like. She gets frustrated, and so I'll tell her, I said, when you stop worrying about your mistakes and stop worrying about plays, you're going to get better, but you're not coming off the court. So you might as well put those mistakes out of your mind and look at the next play and just keep playing. And so I think that's given her a little bit of confidence. We talked about some things tonight on the bench that she could do better, and I see growth every game in her. And so she's getting a little more confident and a little bit wiser. And the only way to get that way is to get experience. And so she's getting some tough experience quickly. So I think she's going to be pretty good in that spot.
Greg, is she one of those players when she knocks down a shot, the rest of her game elevates?
Right now, the majority of our players are like that. And that's why in those games where you see when we hit scoring droughts, and it's tended to happen in the third quarter, but when we've hit those scoring droughts, our defensive effort drops. And so right now, that's something we're trying to work our way through. We're trying to learn and get better through that, and that's something that we just don't do a good job of realizing we missed a shot, but that doesn't affect how we play defense. That doesn't affect how we rebound, and although we let it. And so she's not the only one, so we've got a whole team full of those kids right now.
Greg, after playing so many games last week, did you notice any kind of residual effects tonight? sloppiness in phases of the game?
Really, I noticed it mostly today in shoot around. We might have had our, the kid. We've got good kids, and they practice hard, and they really give great effort. And we've had really solid practices throughout the season. They've kept their energy and their enthusiasm levels have been really high, regardless of the opponents that we've played. And sometimes, you would expect them to get maybe more excited for a Louisville or an Iowa, but they've maintained that level for pretty much all of our opponents. And that shows a level of a maturity that we have, but we just don't have that experience on the court to go along with that maturity. I really noticed, but today our shoot-around was really bad. And we had a lot of turnovers in shoot-around. I wasn't sure how we were going to play tonight, and so it was good to see them come out and play well. I think it really, playing the 4 games in 5 days and traveling across the country really hit us in the second half, in that third quarter against Gonzaga. And they're a very physical team, and they were very physical in that third quarter because it was a ball game at halftime. And we didn't score, and the physicalness slowed us down, and we got a little frustrated. And we bounced back in the fourth quarter and kept competing, but it just was too big of a hole to get out of. So they're learning. They're getting better. We're getting experience fast.
Who do you see from Aram and Remy on the floor at the same time? I feel like they've shared a lot of minutes together.
Well, Aram, again, I'll remind you, Aram didn't practice at all for 5 weeks prior to playing Louisville. And so she is just now starting to she wanted to sub tonight, and I told her, no way. I said, the only way you're coming out is if you foul out or the game's over. And so she kept trucking out there. And so she is, and she's working hard on her own. She's doing additional conditioning to try to catch up to where she can stay out there. And so if we can get those two on the floor a little bit more, I think that gives us a lot more length, of course. It gives us a lot more opportunities to rebound closer to the basket, and we're going to finish a lot more of those shots. It just gives us a little bit more flexibility. It makes us not just be able to play with, but makes us look like the teams that we've played against more. It makes us look like Oregon State more. It makes us look like the Louisvilles more. So we're going to get there. And so Aram's just a little bit at a time. I mean, every day she's getting closer and closer to that goal.
How did you feel about Winnie Creech's performance tonight? Coming off the bench the last few games, and now she starts, logs 10 assists tonight. How did you feel about her?
We need that. And one thing that I've always loved about Whit Creech, she's a winner, and she'll do whatever the team needs to win. And she was a scorer in high school, and she became a ball handler. She took care of the ball last year, and she finds people, and she looks out there and realizes that we need somebody that can get assists. We need somebody that can take care of the ball, and so she steps into that role. We still need her to go get points. We still need her to go make those open shots, because sometimes we've seen on film, and she's starting to learn that teams stop guarding her, and so she needs to remind everybody that she scored 5,000 points in high school, so she can find the basket. And so sometimes we need her to just go get some points too. And so, but tonight, it was good to see her get out there and play like that and get those 10 assists, and that's huge. And that's what our team needs. We need some more players to take pride in other areas of the game than just scoring.
Great yet to get that first win on the road, and again going to Little Rock. How important is it to finally get that first true road win under your belt moving forward?
Yeah, and this is a great, we're going to play them over the next, we've got a 4-year contract. We're going to play 4 years. This is a great team to keep playing because, similar to us, they're playing a very tough non-conference schedule. And, Coach Foley is one of the best defensive coaches in the country, and they like to hold people to the 40s. And so it's really a battle of wills, is who can force their will on the game and get done what they need to get done to win. We're going to have to take care of the ball, first and foremost. They're scoring a lot of their points off of turnovers. We'll have to take care of the ball, and we'll have to take care of the boards. And if we can do those two things, I feel like we got a shot to go down the other end and score. If we don't do those two things, then it's going to be in their favor all night. So, but as far as a road game, these are the type of games, playing Central Michigan on the road, playing in Vancouver and playing those teams on the road, these are the type of games that we need, playing Oklahoma, to get ready for our conference tournament, because the teams in the conference, while maybe they're not as large, as big inside as Oklahoma or as Gonzaga, they'll still know us better than these non-conference opponents will, and they'll still be as competitive, or not, if not more competitive, on the road. So, whatever happens, this is a good challenge for us. It's a good test for us. It's another opportunity for us to see where we are, if we made progress from Central Michigan, from Gonzaga, and now we play Little Rock. And so this will be another NCAA tournament team. I think this will make 8. And by the time we get done with Notre Dame, I think we will have played 8 teams in our conference that played in the NCAA tournament last year.
Anything else for Coach? Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,